Okay, trying to get everything set up here. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Hopefully we'll have some people arrive. I didn't announce this because I wasn't sure if Old Smoky was going to be live or not. I have a few things to talk about. Wait till we get a few people in here, if anybody shows up. Nathan. Hey, Nathan, how you doing? Been looking at your BMW workshop. Man, Jack looks awesome. Smitty's here. How's it going, Smitty? Yeah, Nathan, I was looking at your BMW channel. You had the 1968 BMW. Smitty, living the dream, aren't we all? Yeah, Nathan, I didn't announce that I was going to go live. Look at Nina. I wasn't sure if Old Smoky was going to go live or not. Yeah, Nina, I'm live without you. Zeno's here. JW's here. Nina's not with me. Nina is in Austin visiting family, and somebody has to stay here and mind the shop. Yeah, like Nina said, I'm in her studio. She hasn't quite got it ready yet. That way, that's why you don't see the kitchen behind me. I'm in her studio, and it's pretty nice. Yes, but it's not a live stream without Nina. Nina, she makes the show. Behind the videos, she's got a new camera. Yeah, I didn't you have to return a camera, Nathan? I thought in one of your BMW videos you had to return the camera. So, just a little update on the USDA. They're still cracking down, and I've noticed how ridiculous the price is getting on eBay to buy foreign rations. You used to be able to get British rations, $40. And some of them now are 60, 80. I've seen some for $100. Now, some of the other ones, the Lithuanian ones, for instance, I've seen those on eBay as low as $15. I don't know why the Lithuanian ones are so cheap. Nobody's getting their rations through. Let's see, J and K's here. Let's see. Doug's here. I'm glad that you could join us. Let's see here. It says we have 12 people watching. Garrett's here. Yeah, we've had a lot of vendors contact us and wanting us to buy rations from them. And, if they contain meat, we can't buy them. And we've had a lot of people. At least once a week, somebody's sending us an email. Hey, I've got this, and you want to buy it? And they're starting to get cheaper and cheaper. I tried to buy. I have a friend who has a friend who knows someone that sells the British 12-hour rations, the lightweight combat. So he put me in touch with him. And this is it's kind of ridiculous. So anyway, I'll order menu 1, 2, and 3, which is all 3 are vegetarians. And the price ends up, it's around $40 because it's in euros. So I tell the guy that's fine. Okay. So then I get an email back from him, and he's telling me, well, it's $57 with the shipping. Okay, so now we're almost $20. I said that's fine. So then I get an email later today, and he wants an additional 87 euros for shipping, which is about 90 bucks or more. So now the price is like 120 bucks. And no, I can't spend that much. Um, yeah, Nina, it sounds like a ripoff, but I, I think the guy's legit. I think he was just trying to raise the price up. I didn't tell him I was going to review him. Maybe I should have. Maybe would have got a little professional courtesy or something like that. Let me see. Who have I missed? Gail's here. CT, hey, buddy. Let's see. Yeah, and I was Nina. We share the office together, and we would be looking at each other if it wasn't for the monitor screens. And I was telling her, hey, this guy's got this guy, and I'm going to buy these rations, and she's like, okay. But I didn't tell her because she had left this morning, and I didn't tell her that they had actually raised the price. The original shipping was $6 or €6, and then I thought that was a little bit cheap, but we used to get our British rations from over there, and the shipping was cheap. Let's see. Yeah, and you weren't here, Nina, so I didn't bother you. A lot of people come in here. Barretto, I'm probably butchering that. How's it going? Let's see. Am I missing anybody? I'm waiting on supper to cook. Vegetable portage. Okay. I'll be going to Gail's house for dinner as soon as this live stream's over. She is cooking. I guess maybe that's an invite for everyone. We'll all show up at your house, Gail. Dan's here. Hey, Dan, how's it going? So back to the hey, Fred's here. Hey, Fred, I was beginning to wonder about you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Gail, what, 1,500 calories? That's wow. That's low. I would starve to death on that. So yeah, Nathan, I can't find anything that's a decent price. I have a budget. Yeah, Nathan can get he gets everything. I'm at work, but the bar is empty. Well, we'll all go to Gail's house, we'll eat, and then we'll all go to where Dan's at. And we'll all party there. Okay, Nathan, I'll give you a call. So anyway, back to the eBay. I just can't believe how much these prices have gone up. And on some of the other forums that I'm on, they're having the same problems. They're getting the rations are being taken, and nobody seems to be able to get their rations through. Now, Nina and I watched a documentary on the USDA, and they have these little dogs, and I don't know what kind of dog it was. Nina probably knows, but these dogs actually sniff the boxes, and they can detect food in them. So, yeah, dogs are cheap. Some dog food, and walk them by the boxes. I don't know. Yeah, but for some reason, and even the Russian ones are starting to get really cheap on eBay. But when the USDA lady came out here, she told us that eBay and Amazon was working with the USDA, and they were notifying them of any sales outside of the United States that was for MREs. Now, I have no reason to suspect that she was lying, but it is possible. Yeah, no, I don't know too much about Facebook. Nina takes care of the Facebook here. I had a channel a long time ago and I canceled it, but then in order to have a business account, I had to have a personal account again. Um, that Facebook, man, and Facebook could get you every time. USDA admitted that they're getting info from eBay. Yeah, and they got a big grant. Nathan knows more about that, and probably when the grant's over, everything might go back the way it was. I don't know. When Nina and I first started buying MREs just for our personal use, there wasn't hardly any British or there was some Russian, but that was about it. Was the Russian, and then all of a sudden, a year ago, the market was flooded and plenty of rations on the market. Let's see. So you got your Russians and your other rations are safe. That's good. I'm glad somebody could get theirs through. I think it all depends on what time. If it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, you're probably not going to get your rations through. Um, we sometimes we used to just get a whole case confiscated, and whether there was meat in there or not. And I think it was just they were feeding everybody. Yeah, just a dice roll. Yeah, I think so too. I don't want to take the chance on ordering something with meat. I tried to get those vegetarian ones today. Um, the lady said it was a $10,000 fine per ration, so we want to stay away from that. Now another one got their Russian rations through. That's good. Yeah, French rations got the mains taken out. Man, that's always a terrible feeling, especially, if you have one or two, you're looking at probably, I don't know, $100 or more for two rations, and then you get them and they're not worth crap because the mains are gone. Um, and I know how you feel because we've had hundreds of them and the mains are taken and there's no, I think out of all the times we had rations confiscated or components, I think we had one letter in there and you couldn't really read. They tried to write it in cursive and we couldn't understand what they were saying. I don't know if there are South American rations, but I haven't heard of anybody getting any. We were trying to get some South African rations, and we actually were in contact with the manager of the plant where they make them, and we told him we were interested in a small container, 20 foot, and he said that was fine, but he would have to get the USDA on board with it. Well, that was before we knew about the USDA, and he's like, okay. And then I sent him several emails back, but he never got back with me. So I don't know if maybe he contacted the USDA and they told him no, or I don't know, but I've never heard back from him. MREs and Girl Scouts cookies. Gail, Nina and I love the mint Girl Scout cookies, and we found these cookies at HEB, which is it's like a Kroger's or a Safeway or something like that here in Texas, and they have these. They're square, they're not round, but they taste exactly like Girl Scout cookies, and you get like twice as much. and they're like $1.20 or something like that. And I don't understand the Girl Scout cookies, you're supporting the Girl Scouts, but I'll bet you they don't get more than maybe 25 cents or 50 cents a box maximum. And we feel like it's ridiculous to buy these cookies. And what really ticks me off is the Girl Scouts are supposed to be selling it, and it's actually the parents. You get some coworker come in, oh, my daughter's selling Girl Scout cookies. How many can I put you down for? Well, your daughter, she's supposed to be selling them, not you. So I think that kind of takes away from the selling. And the Boy Scouts, uh, I think they used to sell chocolate bars. They were $1 and they were pretty good size, and now they're small. And uh, I tell you, my Boy Scout um, little run in, we go to a hardware store that has a post office in it. And so they always have Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts in the front before you go in. And this Boy Scout, I've got these packages, and I'm carrying them, and they're like all the way up to my chin, and my chin's holding them down. And this little Boy Scout says, "Sir, would you like to buy some popcorn?" They were selling this popcorn in a bag. And I said, "No, thank you." And then his mom said, "Why don't you offer to help carry some of those packages?" And the little boy said, "No, I'm good." And I'm thinking that would have been an automatic sale. If you'd carried one or two of those boxes, I would have been obligated uh, to buy some of his caramel popcorn. Let's see, where am I at here? I get off on these stories, and then I start getting way behind. John's here. Hey, John, how have you been? Um, yeah, John, I don't know if I'm behind on my comments. I don't know if anybody could see you before. I've just been rambling on and looked over and saw you. Hope everything's going good. Um, CT's mine are still in customs. How long have they been in customs? Nina and I typically know that if they stay in customs more than a week, you're probably not going to get them intact. And if they're there 2 or 3 weeks, you're probably not going to get any of them. Although there was a guy, and I don't remember who he was, on one of our live streams that had ordered a case of the Canadian rations, and they were in customs for about 30 days. And he sent us an email that he did get his. So that was good. So, CT, how long have yours been in customs? Oh, Garrick says Boy Scouts in Pennsylvania sells meat sticks. I have never seen that. A couple times we've seen Boy Scouts selling caramel popcorn in a bag, but never meat sticks. Yeah, Gail, but still, the Girl Scouts should, the actual girls should be doing something. I mean, uh, years ago, I worked in an office, and this one lady's daughter was selling Girl Scout cookies, and she would go through it was a multi-story building with, I don't know, thousands of people, and she would go through and she would sell thousands of dollars worth of cookies, and her daughter didn't do anything. So, and I understand it's a different time, but they have to do something. But Pat says it's selling Girl Scout cookies outside the pot store. Yeah, and that's cool too, as long as, the Girl Scouts are there and it's not just the parents. We've had, we've seen on the news where the Girl Scouts, these little girls have their table set up, and they have a little, it used to be cigar boxes back in my day, but now it's just a little box, and they put their money in there and they make the change. And somebody will walk up and look around at the cookies, grab the box, and run. I mean, just unbelievable. Let's see. So, but Smitty, yours are in the Canadian customs, but you're in Canada, right? Yeah, CT, if they've been in there a couple of weeks, yeah, I don't. And which customs are they at? I noticed on ours, a lot of them that went to Queens, I think. Uh, we didn't get them when they went there. Um, and we've even had UPS employs an agriculture person. They're not, they don't work for the agriculture. They actually work for UPS, but they report any suspicious activity to um, customs. And we got a bill one time, I don't remember, 28 bucks or something like that. I think Nathan's gotten a couple bills from UPS for their inspection fee, which is totally ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, uh, meet them at the border. That might work. I hold max 3 weeks. B Temple got 5-man Aussie and customs twice, nothing taken. Gotta love Canadian customs. Yeah, the American customs, they're just, like I said, I think it's what time of the day or evening it comes through there and whether or not somebody's hungry and um, might be looking for that just to eat. I have a friend of a friend who used to be a police officer, and they, and this was back in the 80s, and when they were hungry, they would uh, make a traffic stop and find somebody with a warrant, and they would call this specific record driver, and he would get the tow, and then he would buy them dinner at a restaurant. And I didn't think that was it shouldn't have been done, but I don't. But anyway, so and that goes back to the customs. Maybe that's lunchtime. They're looking for uh, some rations. I think that in my opinion, there is a difference in the East and the West Coast. The East Coast, the farther north they go, there's a more chance that customs is going to seize your packages or at least remove part of them. I don't think we've ever had a problem coming in off the West Coast. Well, no, I take that back. We did a long time ago when we had some Chinese rations, and we get the box and it was just completely empty. And so I don't know. Why would you take everything? Let's see where I'm at here. Yeah, there's a lot of shady stuff. Katie, no, Nina didn't leave. She left me in town and she went out of town. She's about 160 miles from here. She's in Austin, Texas, visiting. All of her family's there, and of course our grandsons. Um, all grandsons. We just can't get a granddaughter, so we're stuck with 4 grandsons. Um, okay, Smitty, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Anything about the last 12 menus of your USMRE selection? No, and here's the thing about the American rations. Sometimes they're really cheap. If you buy 5 or 10 cases, you can get them for $50 a piece. But I haven't found anything cheap to where we can purchase them. I think the going price now is about 100 and I think the cheapest I've seen is $140, and they had an inspection date of last year. So we try to 2018 is probably about as old as we're going to buy. Um, that way, when we resell them, they're fresh and no problems. We don't want anybody getting sick. Now, we do carry some from the 80s, and we can't guarantee you that they're good, and we don't recommend that you eat them. Of course, you have people like Nathan that he got a billy goat stomach and he'll eat anything. Let's see. Okay, Dan, make some drinks and we'll all be over to your bar. Send us a location. After the live stream, I'll be over there to get some drinks. So I made my first error today, and I thought of 204 for cases A and B 20. James, they're cheaper than that on eBay. $204. If you got one case of A and B, that seems a little bit high to me. I was looking today, and like I said, I found some. I think they were $139.99, or maybe that was the 2019 inspection. But I've seen them cheaper than that. Sometimes on MRE Info you can get them really cheap, but I haven't seen any. Yeah, CT 140, and sometimes we can get them for $50 a case if we buy several of them, like 10 or more. Yeah, there's a lot of them that I don't like either, and that's how we originally got started in the MRE business. Is we bought some, just American MREs, the brown bags, and or tan bags, and we were going to use them for emergency, hurricane, because we're down here on the Gulf Coast, and we had some that I'm like, I don't want to eat this. Nina can't really eat them because of her allergies, so we put them on eBay and sold them, and we made like 85 cents or something like that, and profit off of them. But if you buy a case and you don't like them, you can always go to eBay and get rid of the ones you don't like. Let's see. On Facebook, huh? Is that $50 a case? Does that include shipping? Because that's a good deal. Usually send stuff to Smitty that you don't like. Good idea. You can always send them to me if you don't like them. Just don't do like Nathan and send me squid or something like that. Nathan had sent Nina and I some dry squid and some dry fish, and I was a sport. I tried them all, but they weren't that good. And then when we went on vacation to Thailand, they had the exact same thing, and they were super cheap there. Yeah, it doesn't include shipping. Shipping, it gets pretty expensive. We got a guy that we buy the meal cold weathers from, and if we buy two, he can put two in one box, and it costs the same to ship one as it does for two. So we usually get a pretty good deal on the meal cold weathers. No, we had some CR1Ms. Of course, they took the mains out, and we replaced them with some American mains, and I think we sold them for $60 or something like that, less than we paid for them, just to get rid of them. But we haven't had any of those in quite a while, probably 6 months. Yeah, exploring with Jen. it gets really expensive if you know you order a 24-hour Russian main and the kasha and the kashanka and you know the pate and everything's missing. There's not a whole lot left to the ration. I mean, some crackers and maybe some cheese, and of course the napkins. They always seem to make it. David's here. How you doing tonight, David? We still have some of the mystery boxes, and what we're doing, for those of you that don't know what the mystery boxes are, what we did is we took, I think it was the New Army, the ones that are in the box, they're called New Army rations. They're a 24-hour ration, but they're really a civilian. It's just, that's the name, what they named them. So we take that, we take what's left over in the British ration, the 24-hour ORP, and we take what's left of the Spanish and we put it together, and it weighs between 5 and 6 pounds, and it's you know, we fill the box completely full, and we've sold quite a few of them. We still have some left. We're trying to you know, what do they say, make lemonade out of lemons. I'd go to Russia or Kazakhstan, maybe both. You know, our last experience coming back from Thailand, they searched our luggage, and you know, they have us on the watch list for rations, and they gave us. We thought we were getting special treatment till we rounded the corner, and then we realized, wait a minute, they're here to check us out. And we had some elephants. They looked like they were gold. They were pretty heavy, and they weren't that big. Weighed maybe a pound, and they actually broke the trunk on one and the tail on the other to make sure that, I guess, they weren't gold or had drugs inside. So they actually broke Nina's souvenirs. Nina was pissed. She's probably still pissed. Okay, John, maybe I can give you a call. Normally, as John calls Nina, Mama Bear calls John. One of us will give you a call, John. I think we're overdue. I think maybe Nina has been playing phone tag with you. Let's see. Oh, Harvard. Your birthday was in January. Happy belated birthday. I've got a birthday coming up pretty soon too. I'll be 27. Okay, I think I've caught up. Let's see what else I have. Okay, so as we were just talking about, you get an IRP or you get your 24-hour ration and you're missing the mains and you're ticked off. Okay, so we've got a bunch of the IRPs, which is a 24. They're in the green box, has a little star on them. They took the mains out. So we replaced the mains with some Lithuanian beef and pork, and then we put some pate, however you say it, inside of it. And we marked them way down. I think they're $39.99. So guy buys it. About 3 days later, he sends us an email. He sent us an email, and it just had a link to a little older, who's a ration reviewer, of his review of it. So Nina's like, well, what the heck? So she emails the guy back and says, you know, we're not affiliated with him. And then he wants $20 back for the ration not being like the reviewer showed it. So Nina emails him back and says, you know, read our ad. and it tells you it's been opened by customs and the mains have been replaced and blah blah blah. So then he sends us from one of our competitors the menu for this ration, and Nina sends him an email back, and this time she copies and pastes, the ingredients or the components of this ration. So he still wasn't happy. He wanted $20 of the $39 back. So he contacted PayPal, and PayPal looked at it and ruled in our favor. At the end, he said that he did receive everything except for the pate. Well, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but that's not what you said at the beginning. If we send somebody a ration and you tell us, hey, we're missing the pate, we'll put it in the mail and send it out to you. Probably send you 2 or 3 of them. But for him to ask for $20 back, just ridiculous, because at the end the pate was missing. And then we had another guy. He ordered a French ration, and I think that we had these French rations for, I don't know, $29.99, and they were missing one main and a pate. And so it says that on our website. So we mailed them to him. A couple of days later, we get an email. My main and my pate was missing. You need to send them ASAP. And of course, Nina, she's not real happy about that. So she tells the guy, read our ad. It says that is missing out of it. And that's why it's $29.99 instead of, I don't know what they're selling for on the internet now, it's $70 or something like that. What are you going to do for your birthday? Probably go to bed early so I can go to work the next day. Typically, Nina and I, usually for our birthdays, we'll take a trip. We'll go to Thailand. That's our favorite place. Usually Christmas time was the Thailand trips, because winter time there, so instead of it being 100 degrees, it's only 95 degrees. For my birthday, I think it was last year, and Nina's birthday is just a couple months, we went to Hong Kong. Don't think we'll be going overseas this year because of the coronavirus. So they don't even sell Corona over there. No, I'm just joking. Every part of the equation. Okay, John. Spanish breakfast. CT. Okay, here's the deal with the Spanish breakfast. If we order the Spanish breakfast and customs decides to open every one of them, they just slash through it and they ruin, like in the French, they just slashed the boxes open, they cut the muesli and several other items. So we decided not to order any of the Spanish breakfast rations, and we just didn't want to take the chance of customs getting them and tearing them, ripping them all open, damaging them. And of course, if we sell an open ration, even if everything's in there, it still devalues the ration. So we decided not to get any Spanish rations, and they only make them once a year. They only make them in October. So we usually can't get them till November, and then they sell out real quick. Yeah, David, I think the Russians are going to, they're going to work on the votes, and I'm sure our country does it to all the other countries too. So a little collusion, quid pro quo, whatever Nancy Pelosi said. I got scammed from people in Spain a few months back. Man, we had 2 vendors, Carlos and I can't remember the other guy because, like I said, it's been over a year. Hey, Viper, I'm glad you could join us. Uh, but we never had a problem, and especially if you use PayPal. I mean, you just file it with PayPal, and they take care of it. Yeah, the Russian rations are very interesting, and the kasha is good. I mean, I found if you heat it all the way thoroughly, the kasha is a lot better. It's good, but it's really good if you can get it all heated. Let's see here. I got my notes here. 24 people watching. The guy Carlos, I used PayPal but sent money as personal. No. Now we did send the two Spanish vendors that we have. We did send as friend and family, but we had made several purchases from him, and we bought the dinner ones and not only the breakfast but the dinner and the lunch, and we did send money to some of our vendors that was friends and family. We even had some vendors that would send us product before we even paid for it. And especially we had a Russian vendor. He had the Russian and the Kazakhstan. He had the, on the tip of my tongue, Ukrainian rations. And we would tell him what we want, and he would send them, and then we'd get them in the mail, and he would airship them. We'd get them in the mail, and it's like, dude, we hadn't even paid you for these. The last ration, what is the last ration you ever reviewed? The last ration was the one today. I haven't put the video out yet. I think the one before that, I don't even remember. It's been so long since. No, I did a British one. I think it was British menu number 18. I've been so busy with work that I haven't had time to really do any videos. I had a couple that were. I've done them about a year ago, and after the USDA lady came, I didn't post them, but I did post them recently. Those were, one of them was where I cut my thumb, which was a year ago, November, and I think I released it last month or something like that. And then I had another one on menu number 3, I think it was, and it was done around the same time, a little over a year ago. Okay, I must be missing. Somebody's seriously ill. So anyway, back to the last ration. So today I'm shooting a ration, and I'm trying to. I started using some of Nina's lotion on my face. That's why I look younger. But thanks, James. Yeah, and it's also the lighting. So I'm doing this ration. I've got this concept in my head. I want it to be a little bit different. So I do the first 2 minutes, and so then I get into the regular review. Nina, you still torment me, even though you're not here. So I'm shooting this review, and I'll be right back. Let me get this out on a tray or something like that. And so I put it on the tray, and I already heated it up, and I'm going through this review, and I look at my camera, and it just shuts off. So what had happened was I had it on photo, and it wasn't on the video, so I lost some of that video footage. And first time that's happened, hopefully be the last time. But it still turned out to be a pretty good video, and that one will probably be out maybe tomorrow, Sunday or Monday. Uh, yeah, Nina, you still torturing me. She hasn't put out a video in close to a month. Look, digging into a 92 brown bag tomorrow. Oh, yeah, 92. Which one is it? Um, I think we've just ordered some 92s. I don't remember 92, 94, 90s. We got we ordered 30 of them, I believe. Urban Prepper, what's up, man? How you doing? Trolina at it again. Yeah. I think it was Gundog that gave her that name, but it's stuck with her. Let's see. I started a video last night. Ration. Mad Dog sent me. Well, exploring with Jen. Jen, just post it. I mean, uh, my videos aren't good either, but I enjoy making them. And like the one I did today. I could have reshot it, and I thought about reshooting it because I had another ration just like it. But you know, I'm not a professional like Nathan or Sticky Fingers or somebody like that. So I lost a little bit of the footage. Big deal. It won't happen again. So Jen, I would still go ahead if you did shoot all of the video, I would still post it. CT's got to run. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope to see you on the next live stream. I know it's been a long time since I did a live stream, and I've been wanting to do one on Saturday night, but Old Smokey's always doing a live, and I talked to Old Smokey yesterday, and I said, "Hey, I want to do a live. Are you going live?" And he said he didn't know, so I texted him this morning. Well, not this morning. I guess about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and asked him if he knew if he was going live or not. And he said no. There was no way he was going to be able to make it home in time to do a live. So that opened the door for me to do a live. Yeah, Harvard. That dark chocolate bar, the officer's bar chocolate bar, is awesome, man. Russia's got some of the best chocolate. Our vendor, we had this one vendor, and he would always send chocolate, and the ones with the baby on it. And man, Nina would just go crazy. She loved the chocolate, and I did too. Yeah, John. Maybe Nina can give you a call tomorrow. Yeah, Pat, I agree with you. I'd love to see the review too. Yeah, Harvard, I don't know if we have any officer's chocolate. Um, some of the mystery boxes have some of the officer's chocolate. I know Nina keeps up with that, and I know there's a box in there with just chocolate bars, but I'm not sure where they're from. I know some are from Canada. Um, Maybe there's some from Russia. Shoot Nina an email at info@ForeignMRE.com and ask her. She may have some. Yeah, Sticky Fingers, man. That Mexican ration review, it was good. And I was looking at that the other day, and I don't remember. He's got a lot of views on that. He did really good on that one. And Sticky does good on all of them, but that one was really good. I didn't make it past the opening of the first drink. Need to figure out camera thing. Jen, like right now, I'm live streaming with my cell phone, and this cell phone is I don't know, Samsung 10 or something like that. And the one before that was a J3, which brand new, only paid like $200 for it. And, it shoots in 4K. So just use your cell phone. Uh, you get to be professional like Nathan, and I think Nathan was using a GoPro, and he's got a different camera now. Yeah, Nina, those coffee crisp bars, I'm home alone. They may not be here when you get back. And the mint cookies, the unopened bag that was here this morning when you left, is open now. Let's see. Yeah, like Pat says, just keep practicing and you'll get it. I mean, you know, just have fun with it. That's the main thing. I mean, if you want to be like Nathan and be perfect, it takes a lot of practice. But most of like me, I just have fun with it. And now that I do my own editing, or most of the editing, I'm really having fun, especially in this video today that I recorded. Like I said, it should be out tomorrow or the next day, and it's got a little bit different concept to it, and hopefully you'll find it a little interesting. And I'm going to try to change up the format of the video a little bit. Let's see. Let me back up here. Hey, Karsten's here. I missed you. I didn't see you pop up because I was too busy talking. How are you, Karsten? We haven't talked to you in a while. Good night, John. I'm glad you stopped by, and hopefully Nina can give you a call tomorrow. Let's see. Could be as good as Steve. You've got Steve, you've got Nathan, you got Sticky Fingers. I mean, those guys, Gundog and Old Smoky. I mean, there's a lot of them that are just, they're over the top, and there's no way that I could ever be like that. One thing, I don't have the time, but Nathan Sticky Fingers and RC Gusto, and man, the list goes on. Those guys, they're just excellent at doing reviews. Nathan, he sits there and he talks to the camera just like you're sitting there. Let's see, Carson, been busy. Yeah, join the crowd, man. I got a new project that I started on. It's $15.7 million, putting in 1.56 miles of new pavement, 45 foot from the front of the curb to front of the curb, with one lane east and west with the center lane, and then two 5-foot bicycle lanes on each side, 5-foot sidewalk, underground storage. And luckily it's not that far from my house. It's still a 45-minute drive, sometimes an hour, but I haven't had time to do anything. I get home and I'm tired, and Nina and I go to the gym. By the time we get home, we eat, and it's time to start kicking back. We watch a lot of YouTube, but we watch them on the TV. After we shower, we're trying to wind down. Nina's got her little, I don't know what kind of chair you call it. It's like a reclining chair, but it's already reclined. And then I usually lay on the couch and we'll watch YouTube videos for about an hour. But the only bad thing about that is I don't know how to leave a comment when I watch them on TV. So if you notice, I haven't been leaving a lot of comments. That's why we usually spend at least an hour watching YouTube videos at night before we go to bed. We watch it up to about 10, and then sometimes we'll watch the news, and about, I don't know, 10:20 when the weather's over, we usually go to bed. Let's see. I just lost my place. Somebody was in the hospital. Let's see. What did I miss something? Okay. Well, somebody was in the hospital. Somebody can repost that. I missed that. Hopefully, it was nothing serious. Oh, I passed out in my room. I was there for a couple of days. Well, I hope everything's okay. Okay, so 14 people watching. Let's see what else I have on here on my list to talk about. Heavy storm here next night in Germany. Hope it turned out good. What kind of, is it a winter storm? Were you expecting a lot of snow or a lot of wind and rain? What kind of storm is it, Carson? Um, Yeah, and Nina's right. We have a lot of these single components, like a chocolate bar or something like that, but uh, just to ship it, and the price of shipping went up. We used to have an average small, not small box, but like an A box was around $10, and some now they're like instead of 10 at the minimum's $10.80 all the way up to $12, and the medium boxes used to be $12.50. They're $13 and something. So shipping's just going up, and the service isn't going up. Let's see, wind and rain. Yeah, is it cold over there, Carson? I'm not sure what part of the of Germany you're in. Um, Here it's I think on Thursday the high was in the 30s, and then yesterday the high was in the 70s, and I think the high tomorrow is going to be in the 60s. Then we're back up in the 70s, and then I think Monday or Tuesday next week we're back down in the 30s. They were talking about we might get some snow. This was last Thursday in the morning. I think some of the northern counties, like maybe about 75 miles north of us, they had some snow flurries. We didn't get anything. I think it got down to freezing here though. Um, yeah, iron and the multivitamins are good, but I always found that when I get the flu or I start catching a cold, I buy these chewable vitamin C tablets, and you get a big bottle. But it's kind of expensive. It's about $10, but I just eat them like candy. I eat one every 45 minutes or something like that, and that seems to help me recover from the flu or a cold. I had food poisoning not long ago. Man, I thought I was going to die. That was, I don't know, maybe a month ago. And I stopped at my favorite Chinese restaurant and got my order to go and came home and ate it. And about 8 o'clock at night, and everything was fine. But the next day, man, I was weak and sick, and Nina called some friends, and they came over, brought some Pedialyte, but by then I was kind of recovering. But man, last time I ate Chinese food from that place, but it's always been good. It's always busy. Northwestern Germany. Okay. Let's see, 10 Celsius. I don't have a calculator. I think you take Celsius times 9 divided by 5 and add 32 gives you the temperature. So if anybody has a calculator, if you'll take 10, multiply it times 9, divide it by 5, and add 32, that'll give us the temperature for Celsius. If I remember the formula correctly. If you don't use it, you lose it. Visit from the food police. All right. No, we haven't. We did get a couple of phone calls, and I didn't give her my cell phone number. She got it, but it's the government. And Nathan had sent me a ration a while back. It was a Norwegian Arctic, and it was a breakfast. And she called the next day and said, "Have you got any rations in the mail?" And I said, "No." And I'm thinking rations like cases. And she said, "Are you sure you didn't get a ration?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I did." I said, "But it's vegetarian." So I went, got it, and read her what the ingredients were, and that's the last we've heard of her. And we're not doing anything to violate the rules. We don't have any uh, contraband, as she calls it. Uh, we've still got some remnants, but no beef or chicken, or I don't even think we have any with seafood. And seafood's supposed to be okay. A funny thing, the USDA, and I don't remember his name, the director has the largest chicken company, and he sends his live chickens to China to be processed, cut, quartered, chicken nuggets, whatever, and sent back to the United States. And the lady told us that we would definitely not be able to get any meat from China, that we could get some from some of the other countries if they had the permit. Thought that was very interesting how the USDA director can get his chicken slaughtered and sent back. But that's for a different show. Yeah, Carson, man, I love the Norwegian rations, but I haven't been able to find any at a good price. And we're not really looking to buy any rations to sell. It's more for us to review, and we have some ideas for the channel later on, when we don't have any more foreign rations to sell. We're talking about taking the channel in a little bit different direction, just a little bit. It's still going to be reviews, but and I think you'll like the concept. I hope you like the concept. We don't want to lose any subscribers, and definitely don't want to lose any friends. Yeah, David, they're not going to give up until the money runs out. And like I said earlier, when we first started buying rations, there was hardly any foreign rations. There was some Russian rations, and that was about it. We bought a British ration, and we opened it up just to see what was inside of it, and we put it back on eBay. We put it as an auction, and it sold, and because we weren't doing reviews back then, and I think that was the only British ration that was on eBay, was the one we had. I tried to make I don't know, a couple of years ago, I found a guy in Norway. He said he was in the Norwegian Navy, and he was a submariner, and he had, I don't remember how many. It was a couple $1,000s, and I think they were like $10 or $15. So I sent him the money, and he had these excuses that the shipping was more than he expected. And, I'm like, well, then give me the money back. And he called me on the WhatsApp and begging me to, give him more time. And I said, no, just, send me my money back. And it took me probably, I don't know, several phone calls with this guy of listening to him. And finally, I just notified eBay, and then he really got mad. And but eBay gave us our money back. Let's see. If you're asking for our email address, it's info@ForeignMRE.com. Let me. Boom, there it is. Oh, maybe, nope. It won't let me send it because I'm not logged in. I'm on the cell phone doing a live, but I'm logged into another channel to look at the chat, and it won't let me send an email address. The bots. Let me see if I can change this. Give me just a second here. I might lose some of the. Oh crap. Okay, let me see if this is gonna work here. I shouldn't even change this, but I did. Okay, so it's not working now. I can't see the chat at all. It's gonna take me a minute. This is a very slow computer. There we go. All right, I think I have the chat back up now. Maybe. What? Is my live stream and it's making me watch a commercial? Okay, so now let me see if I can type in the email address. Boom. Okay, I think I got that in there. Yes, okay. So I typically log in on another one of our accounts, and then I bring the chat up. Now I'm logged in as ForeignMRE.com, so I can type in the chat, the email. And I put my phone on airplane mode, but it's still giving me the ringing when I get text messages and things. I guess I should like my own video. If you haven't clicked on the like button, please do so. It all helps the channel. And it says that I've been going for 1 hour and 7 minutes, and it certainly doesn't seem like that. Yeah, David, hit the like button, and it all helps the channel. So yeah, been going 1 hour and 8 minutes, and wow, everybody's hitting the like button. I certainly appreciate that. So guys, I think I'm gonna shut it down. I know it's only 8 o'clock or 10 after 8 Central Standard Time, but I've been on for over 1 hour, so I'm gonna shut it down here. Hope everybody has a good evening. Don't forget to Harvard to send Nina an email about the chocolate bars, and I may have to eat a few tonight. I don't know. Carson says it's after 3 a.m. Carson, you should be in bed, man. But Carson's usually, I see him on Nathan's live streams. Yeah, David, put in an order. Like I said, we've got the Spanish, Russian, British mystery boxes. Most of them, they're a minimum of 5 pounds, and depending on the Spanish ones, if they have cans in them, when we put those in, they could be as much as 6 pounds. Caitlin Strain, I'm sure everybody's familiar with her channel. She did an unboxing and showed what was in there. There's a lot of food in there. Like I said, there's 5 to 6 pounds in there. So that's going to be it. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and hope everybody has a good, what's left of your weekend, and a good week. And hopefully I'll be back soon. It all depends on Old Smoky. Yeah, David, we've got some mugs, we've got sporks, and just let Nina know, what you need. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Thanks. Bye-bye.